It's time to go through everything I've had delivered and everything I picked up this week. Let's get started. I like it warm, but I don't like it this warm. Welcome back to Scotty's Movies, and yeah, it's hot, isn't it, guys? But what better way to cool myself down than to hit our charity shops and see what I can find this week. And I'm going to go through the charity shop pickup shortly, but I have got one delivery to show you this week. And yeah, this is something I got off Vinted. It's one of the PS3 Sony exclusive games, and yeah, I don't really know anything about it other than it's kind of an RPG, an next gen action RPG. It's called Untold Legends: Dark Kingdom, and yeah, it's got the Sony Online Entertainment logo there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's like a normal kind of RPG, complete with manual. Yeah, I paid like about £4 for this, and it's about the same in CX, but I've just never come across it in my local CXs, so we'll grab that off Vinted. So it's one of the last few that's quite cheap, so I'm getting in some of the high-end Sony exclusive games now left to get, but we'll get there. The only other thing I picked up, the other day, is from my local extra care. I went in this Friday, basically to save myself a lie-in today, today being Saturday, because I thought if I go in Friday on my lunch break, I can see if there's anything there, and it's not going to be anything new put out by Saturday morning, basically. And I found one title I paid 50p for, and it's another one for my kind of retro TV collection. I picked up the Best of ITV Wrestling. This has got the classics like your Giant Haystacks and your Big Daddy. If you know, you know. I've been a wrestling fan for years, but I did used to watch these as a kid. Kendo Nagasaki as well. And even got Fitter Finlay in here, who obviously went on to become Finlay in the WWE. But yeah, it might be a bit of fun. How long's the running time? Does it say? Yeah, 88 minutes, so yeah, an hour and a half of old retro wrestling action. And that leads me on to today. So I went to, I've not been to the extra care again, but I went to local man cares, nothing doing in there this week. I went to British Heart Foundation, nothing doing in there this week. Went to Sue Ryder, nothing doing in there this week. And then I thought I'd head up to Tower Partington, which is just up the road from Elmston, where I live. And they have an extra care there. And last time I went there, I picked up a network title. They only normally have a couple of shelves full of DVDs. And I normally go and find maybe the odd one if I'm lucky, maybe the odd film I'm after. But I've not been there for quite a while, and I went today. So what did they have? So I looked on the shelves. There's like about 2 shelves full of DVDs. I was hoping to maybe find a network, but yeah, there was nothing nearly there. No movies I was after. Then I saw a bunch of Blu-rays under the counter, and they had probably about 10, 12 Blu-rays. Again, pretty generic titles, and again, this is probably a pretty generic one, but it's a film I've not seen. I do want to see it. I picked up Monsters: Dark Continent with a nice slipcover. It's quite tough to cover that. But this is like £1. But yeah, I want to watch this one. I watched Monsters just last year and thought it was pretty good. Quite enjoyed it. I know this one's not supposed to be as good, but I'll give it a go. So yeah, happy to grab that one. And then I did something I never do. And I said to the guy behind the counter, have you got any DVDs in the back? Have you got much to put out? I wasn't expecting him to bring anything out. I was kind of saying, have you got much in the back to put out and how often do you swap them around? Because it wasn't somewhere I go regularly. And he says, yeah, we've got a few piles of some DVDs in the back. I'll bring them out to you. I was like, all right, nice one. I thought I wasn't expecting that. And then I also jumped on the opportunity by saying, or also, have you got any video games at the back? And he said, oh, I've got some PS4 games if you're interested. I was like, oh yeah, I'll have a look at them. So yeah, so he brings out the DVDs first. So a couple of piles of pretty generic DVDs again, really. I was then hoping to maybe find a network, but you never know. And yeah, there was no joy there. And I sort of said, is this all you've got? And he said, well, we've got one pile of horror films as well. So we kind of keep them into piles like Christmas films, horror films, and everything else. And I said, yeah, I'll check out the horror films as well. And I did pick up one DVD from the horror films for £1. And this is a Stephen King movie, or I think it's like a mini-series or mini-movie. And this is one I didn't have. I've got quite a few of his movies. I picked up, is it The Langoliers? I think how you say it. I don't really know what this is about. It's Fear Has New Altitude. It's something that's set on a plane, maybe. I don't know. On a red-eye flight across the country, a small group of passengers awake mid-journey to find a shocking reality. They are somehow the only people left in the entire world. Oh, okay. And he maybe slips into the ripping and fabric of the universe. Evil awaits on. Alright. And if they don't find a way back. That actually sounds pretty good. This is running time for 3 hours, so I won't watch you in one sitting. I know what I'm like. But it looks pretty interesting. I'll work on the disc, but yeah, pick that up for £1. Like I say, I've got quite a few of the other sort of Stephen King movies, so yeah, happy to add that one. And then that leads me on to the PlayStation 4 games. So yeah, I was thinking, what's he going to bring out? FIFA, Call of Duty, maybe. But no, surprisingly, he brought out 5 games, and they're all sort of titles that I wouldn't really just normally expect to see in the charity shop. When I look out a place on CX, on a CX shelf, I'd normally see them there. And these were just £1.50 each, so bargain price. So I just took one look at them and said straight away, yeah, I'll take them all, thanks. These are mostly, to be fair, probably for the collection. I'll definitely give them a go. So the first thing I picked up is something I've had my eye on for a while, primarily for the Switch, but obviously I'm not going to leave this behind. I picked up Atari 50, the anniversary celebration. And you can see there, 150. Yeah, this has got on it rare and legendary games from 7 Atari platforms, including the Jaguar, Lynx. Alright, okay. 2600, 5200, 7800, and 800 and arcade. So yeah, there's tons of games on this. I don't know if they're all available from the start. There's a disc. Yeah, and if I wanted to get rid of this actually trades in CX for £10. So get me money back straight away if I had enough of that one. The next one is a game I feel like I've heard of. I think this might have been like a remaster of an old OG Xbox game. And I picked up Stubbs the Zombie. What's it called? Stubbs the Zombie Rebel Without a Pulse. Presumably you play a zombie. Yeah, again, £1.50. Bit of artwork on the disc there. But yeah, what's this? Yeah, be a zombie, kick ass and take brains. Nice. Sounds fun. I think this one trades into CX for £5, £4. I can't remember, but you see it on screen. Next one, I've seen this one in CX. I don't really know what it's about. It's been some sort of action game. Picked up Biomutant. Again, zero price, £1.50. Yeah, I don't know what this is about. Open world, post-apocalyptic, kung fu fable RPG. Okay. With some sort of, mutant dog or squirrel or whatever the hell he's supposed to be. I don't know. There you go. This one trades in CX as well for, is it £5 or £4? You'll see it on the screen. Next one, as soon as I saw this was actually top of the pile. This is a game based on a comic strip that was, I think it was in 2000 AD back in the day. And yeah, definitely fancy playing this one. I think I used to have a PS2 game of this as well. Picked up Road Trooper Redux. I used to love Road Trooper. The comics were great. Is it a remake? Probably a remake. Artwork on the disc. Good value on this one trading as well. I'll be honest, I've forgotten the value of most of these, but you see on screen. So again, the final one. This is probably the least valuable when it comes to CX. I don't really know anything about it, but grabbed Portal Knights. Is it a kids game, puzzle game? Don't know. I don't really know. Right, travel randomly across 3D generated worlds. This sandbox action RPG. Oh, okay. But yeah, again, not something you see every day. So I grab that. That trades in for, I think it's £1.60. So I'd get my money back on that if I wanted to trade that. But altogether, I did add up. I think it was for all of these. If I wanted to trade them into CX, I think it's £26.60, I believe. And so I paid £7.50 these, so that's not a bad day's work, if I say so myself. But like I say, I'll probably be adding to this collection. That one, I'll give it a go. That one, definitely want to give it a go. Intrigued by that one. And having seen the amount of games that are supposedly on this, definitely intrigued by that one. So yeah, that is my little PS4 haul today. And yeah, that is the end of this video. So kind of short one this week, but keep locked to the channel because I do plan on going to the town of Bury in Manchester again on Monday, doing a bit of a hunt. I've got CX vouchers in my bin, and I've got my eye on a couple of things, and basically I've got the day off. So yeah, it's Blu-ray release day, obviously. So we'll see if there's what's out this week as well. I haven't got a clue, if I'm honest. But yeah, so keep the channel locked and to me, and you'll see a video probably on Monday. But yeah, comment down below if you'd have picked any of these games up, if you're playing any of these games, if they're any good. What highlights stands out for you there? Have you seen The Langoliers, the Stephen King film? Is it any good? Is Monsters 2 not as good as the original, like I've heard? Yeah, did you used to watch old school wrestling back in the day, Big Daddy, etc.? And yeah, so yeah, comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And thanks for watching. I'll see you soon for another video. Bye, guys.